From Galvin Court on the campus of White Bear Lake Area High School in White Bear, Minnesota, it's time for high school basketball on SCC TV. Alongside Carl Warner, my name's Tanner Hoops. Delighted to welcome you to the holiday hoopla here at White Bear as the Blaine Bengals put their undefeated start to the season on the line against the host White Bear Lake Bears. Should be a fun one, Carl, between two teams that don't see each other a whole heck of a lot. They saw each other a couple of years ago, and that was an outstanding contest. Hoping for more of the same tonight.
Great to be with you, Tanner. Yeah, this is only the second time since the pandemic these teams have played, and the first time in 722 days. Both of these teams at this point last season had losing records. Now coming into tonight, White Bear Lake still does. Blaine undefeated, 8-0. And at this point, Blaine's trying to stay undefeated. White Bear Lake trying to pick themselves up after a 43-point loss last night.
We will have tip-off and starting lineups after this. Right now, we'll pause for the national anthem. More after this on SCC TV. Just about set to get this one going. Blaine taking on White Bear Lake in non-conference basketball. The Bengals 8-0 to start the season. White Bear Lake 3-4. We'll take a look at tonight's starters as they're introduced over the PA system for the undefeated Bengals. The straw that stirs the drink has been Shiloh Aite, a senior guard, averaging 23 points a game. Henry Siemens, a sophomore guard, 15.6 points per. Gavin Olson, a junior forward, at 5 points a game. Tilla Gimta, a senior guard, just under 10 points per. And rounding out the starting lineup is Owen Clark, a senior guard, averaging 3.5 points per game. Head coach in his second season, Bernie Ward. His assistants include Jack Benke, Will Tinham, Daniel Bell, and Brian Lindstrom. The starting lineup for the White Bear Lake Bears looks like this. Will McQuay, a 6'1 junior, averaging just under 10 points per game. Emmett Anderson, 5'11 sophomore at 4 points per. Nick Cardenas, a 6'2 senior, 11.5 points per game. Preston Kreider, a 6'5 junior at 11.2 points per game. And rounding out the starting lineup is their leading scorer, Colin Piper, a 6'8 senior, averaging 21 points a game. He is committed to play college basketball at Florida Tech. Head coach in his third season, Aaron Turner, assisted by Jake Zilza and Adam King. Those are the White Bear Lake Bears, and those are tonight's starting lineups. The gym has gone dark momentarily as the starters for the home team are being introduced over the PA system. Both teams technically had a game last night. For White Bear Lake, that was a 95-52 loss against Osseo, looking to bounce back and even their record. For Blaine, they picked up a forfeit victory over North St. Paul, but they've been on the floor 7 times this year. They've come away with 7 wins. They've been tested in a few of those games. They've had 3 games decided by single digits, but this is a Bengals team, and again, Bernie Ward, in his second year as the head coach, building something really special, off to a great start in the 2025 portion of this year's schedule. Looking to keep that rolling as we get set for the new year. But one last battle to put on the schedule and see if they can move that record to 9-0 before we get to 2026.
Yeah, to say the very least. You mentioned they've had a few close contested contests. However, they've had some blowout wins. Most recently at Anoka, they won by 26. That's their biggest win of the year. They also had a 25-point win over Forest Lake. And although they have a pretty not necessarily challenging Class 4A schedule, this Blaine Bengals team has been mowing over their competition.
It's going to be a fun one tonight. We're glad to have you with us. Last time they met, by the way, January 8th of 2024. We talked about that a little bit. A 99-93 Blaine victory at Blaine High School. Ethan Pettis scored 40 points that night. The Bengals are in the black uniforms with the light blue numerals and the home whites for White Bear Lake. The black numerals outlined in orange. We're set to get this one going and thrilled to have you aboard. Thanks for making high school hoops part of your Tuesday night plans, our final in 2025. And the scores table with a little bit of housekeeping before we can get the party started tonight. Non-conference action, the Bengals 6-0 out of the Northwest Suburban Conference, 8-0 overall to start the season. White Bear Lake off to a 2-1 start in Suburban East Conference play. To get everything situated with the scores table and what we need to get going tonight. Good crowd on hand. Of course, the weather's been iffy here over the last handful of days.
Our official is coming over the scores table. He's wondering what's going on.
You're just about set. Almost everybody seems to be set.
And now they're sending the teams back to their benches.
And of course, we can only speculate.
I see the scoreboard's not up. It looks like they're having a problem maybe with the Tron.
That appears to be the case. Scoreboard was working fine throughout the JV game, the B squad game, and wouldn't you know it, rises as it's time to get the main event going. Everything goes dark.
I tell you what, Tanner, when you have a beautiful gym like this, one of the most beautiful high school gym I've ever seen, you got all this fancy equipment in here, I wouldn't doubt it that some of it goes not necessarily working the best way all the time. Now it looks like it's going up.
And it gives us an opportunity to take a look at the Northwest Suburban Conference. There's Blaine on top in a really competitive conference. They're going to be tested. I'll tell you what, Totino Grace, they haven't played a conference game technically, but down there near the bottom, you know, that's not going to be the way things end.
Absolutely not.
That is a really, really tough stretch right there. They're going to be battle-tested when it's all said and done.
Totino Grace, one of the best Class 3A teams in the state. Now we take a look at the Suburban East Conference. White Bear Lake right there at number 4 with a conference record of 2-1. Cretin-Durham Hall going to be the team to beat, and they have been for the last handful of years.
That is a top 10 Cretin-Durham Hall team, and that is who's up next for White Bear Lake. That'll be Tuesday night, a 7 o'clock game, and their next contest. Blaine is off until Tuesday night as well. They will visit Rogers, also a 7 o'clock game. So the scoreboard partially up and running again. We do have time and zeros underneath both teams' nameplates.
At this point, Tanner, I'm wondering if this delay has thrown off the energy. We had the starting introductions, and now it's kind of like, okay, all hyped up, ready to go, and then nope, throw on the brakes. ABS braking, much needed tonight here in the snow. And you wonder if that's going to stall any of the momentum and the scoring when we actually do start.
Well, they did a great job getting the place ready for basketball, and it looks like we are set to get going after a brief delay. Once again, glad to have you aboard, wherever and however you might be tuned in. Piper and Olsen in the center jump circle as we get set to get it going from White Bear Lake Area High School here in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. We are set to go. And 3 dribbles from our official, ball in the air, and the tap is won by the Bengals. With that, we are underway. And they'll work it across the midcourt stripe and set up the offense, work it to the near side, and they'll throw it down low, looking to make a man miss as Aite plays it back out for Siemens.
And Siemens is just a sophomore. He's been putting up some impressive numbers.
A long 3 let go and missed, and the rebound pulled down by Will McQuay. And McQuay brings it across timeline. He'll set up the offense for White Bear Lake. Down low to Kreider, and now to Piper. Piper, the 6'8 senior, the Florida Tech commit, puts it up. It goes around the rim, no good. Tapped around, out of bounds. It'll go to Blaine. 35 seconds into this game, no score, just underway, and a full court press put on by the Bears.
That height advantage from Colin Piper going to be so much of an advantage for White Bear Lake.
A lot of talent on this Blaine team, but not a whole lot of height. And they'll throw it to Aite, their leading scorer, driving in right side. Runner won't go, and the rebound pulled down and quickly pushed ahead by Emmett Anderson. He'll hand it off to Kreitz, make that Cardenas. Cardenas right at the top of the key. Inside the arc to Piper. Finds a cutter, McQuay going down the right side of the lane. Backdoor bounce pass underneath. Looking for a little bit of space now, back to McQuay, who gets it off the heel of the rim and in, and White Bear Lake draws first blood.
White Bear Lake has two starters out there with the height separated by 9 inches. How many times do you see that in a Minnesota high school game?
It's a big spread for sure. Aite will dish it off to Olsen. And now to Siemens between the circles. Bullet pass down low. Olsen cut off. Olsen looking for help, throws it up top to Aite. Aite drives in, picks it up, left side of the floor. Cross-court skip pass, Siemens will try a three, too strong off the heel of the rim, and the rebound's pulled down by McQuay, his second.
Big story tonight. Blaine has been excellent on defense. White Bear Lake scoring 68 points per game. Blaine only allowing 56 opposing points per game. Is Blaine going to be able to keep that defense up tonight?
They quickly throw it down the other end to Kreider, who banks it in, and it's quickly 4-0 Bears in the early going. And Blaine looking to answer with Aite. Dishes off to Gumta on the left side. Gumta driving in the paint. Bounce pass down low. Layup off the window and in. Falls in. And that gets Blaine in the board. It's Olsen to make it 4-2.
Beautiful pass there from Gumta.
And some full court pressure put on by the Bengals. 15:42 left to go here in half number one. And quickly into the front court. And they'll throw it down low for Kreider. Along the baseline right side, cut off by Gumta, reverse layup missed, and the rebound pulled down by Olsen.
I don't think that delay affected any of the energy from these players.
Up and down we go. Aite a look at a three from the corner, no good. Rebound pulled down and pushing.
Bear slow to get up here.
Piper trying to push it the other way, and a steal will hold play. Aite picks up the steal.
Preston Kreider slow to get up. And he's in a lot of pain.
Clutching at that
left knee.
Kreider down in pain. The training staff will come and check on him and help him to his feet.
He's already back to his feet, which is a great sight.
Hate to see that, especially this early into the game. Kreider coming off a wonderful performance at Champlain Park back on the 19th. He scored 20 points in an 81-55 victory. And we'll get our first sub into the game, Jonathan Woods, a 6'2 senior averaging about 6 points per. 4-2, White Bear Lake on top. 15-17 left to go here in half number one. Non-conference boys hoops, the final game of the 2025 portion of the schedule for both of these teams.
It's an 8 p.m. tip-off tonight. I wonder if that has any sort of effect on the rhythm of these players, the 1 hour later start.
The back end of a triple header, the B squad and the JV played earlier today, part of Holiday Hoopla. To the right side it goes for Gumta. And now between the circles, Clark. Clark moving inside the arc. Pull-up jumper is blocked.
Oh my goodness, what a block.
Taking it the other way. Doesn't have the numbers, but driving anyway. McQuay missed the layup and the rebound hold in by Aite. Quickly pushes ahead. Blaine looking to run the floor the other way. Gumta tries a three and knocks it down from the right wing. And Blaine leads for the first time tonight.
What a change of momentum right there. Absolutely a nothing burger on that layup for White Bear Lake. And then the triple to give the Bengals the lead.
5-4, a 1 point Bengal lead. They're having
Nearly
trouble
got
with
that
it.
steal.
Cardenas had trouble in the backcourt, but they do get it ahead with Woods. And they'll play him back out and set up their usual half-court offense. Woods, who just came into the game, throws it down low.
Nice ball movement here from White Bear Lake.
Piper going one-on-one to the basket and takes Olsen there, lays it off the glass and in.
He's going to win a lot of those battles.
It'll be a tough matchup tonight for the junior Olsen against the Florida Tech-bound Piper. Averaging just over 20 a game.
Olsen is pretty similar in size, so I'm sure he's going to do a lot better than some of the other counterparts that have gone by the Florida Tech. Come here, oh my goodness!
Aite shot blocked by Piper, coming the other way. McQuay leaning, shooting, did not catch iron. Rebound offensive for Piper. He puts it up and in off the glass. 8-5, White Bear Lake.
It is the Piper show so far, doing it on both ends.
13:38 left to go here in half number one. With it between the circles, Clark.
That was the most emphatic block I've seen all season.
Siemens now with it on the right side. Back to Gumta. He'll launch a long three off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Piper. And Cardenas within the backcourt. He'll set up the offense and now push it ahead for McQuay. 3-point White Bear Lake lead. They've scored the last 4 points. Inside the arc to the left side for Piper. Lost the basketball. Taking it away is Aite. It was knocked away by Olsen. Aite driving in, now kicks it out. Clark with it on the right side. Back to Aite near midcourt. NBA length three, no good. Off the front of the rim. Rebound kept alive and a foul called. That'll be the first of the game against either team.
That's 2 possessions in a row for Blaine where they're pulling up from 3 long beyond the line.
They'll get Emmett Anderson for it. First of the game against either squad. And Aite set to trigger it in. Aite, the leading scorer, floor wide with 23 per contest. Right side for Gupta. And a backdoor bounce pass finds Aite, and having trouble with it, Cardenas was able to get in there and wrap it up, but he was standing on the out-of-bounds line, or sliding rather on the out-of-bounds line. It'll stay with Blaine. 11 on the shot clock.
At this point, White Bear Lake has done a really good job setting the tone, the energy in this game. They're still in front. Looks like they're going to stay with Blaine until further notice.
They want to keep this one within striking distance and not make this a track meet. Down low, now they work it back up top. Gupta for Aite left side. Aite puts up a runner before the shot clock expires, no good, but has his own rebound. Bounce pass to Olsen, throws it up, no good, off the glass and off the rim, and Cardenas has the rebound. Here comes White Bear Lake looking to build on a 3-point lead. Transition 3 for Woods, no good. Rebound for Clark.
Said we've only had the 1 foul call so far. Officials letting these teams play. Not saying it's necessarily been that chippy either.
With the basketball, Siemens, the talented sophomore between the circles. Siemens will step into a long 3 for the tie. No good. Off the front of the rim. Rebound for Anderson.
Another lengthy 3-ball attempt from Blaine. You wonder if they want him to get a little bit closer for a high percentage look.
McQuay with the basketball, driving in the right side. Right elbow now and brings it back out. Throws it to Piper. Piper inside the arc, looking to drive to the basket in the paint. Leaning, shooting, no good. Well defended by Olsen, who's got the rebound. Olsen's going to have his hands full tonight. With the basketball, Clark to the left side now and moving across the court. Siemens for Aite. And Aite driving in, spinning, kicks it up top. Clark will try a 3 for the tie, and it's good. Knotted at 8. 11-17 to go, first half. Fun basketball thus far.
Absolutely has been. Only 1 team foul so far. And we're almost halfway through this first half.
They beat the press with Woods. Lobs it ahead to Piper, who finishes at the rack. And it's 10-8 Bears back in front. And now coming the other way is Clark. Clark across midcourt. Throws it to the left side for Aite. Aite back to Clark, right wing. Thought about a 3, now drives in and now kicks to Siemens. Siemens back to Clark, he'll try this 3. That one's no good, and a rebounding foul. And then we'll go against White Bear Lake. It'll be their second.
There's a few White Bear Lake students not too happy about that one, but
get Cardenas for it. That's his first. Subs into the game. Logan Ayler, 6'6" junior, averaging 4 points per in the game for the first time for White Bear Lake. And the subs for Blaine, DeRoyce Mills, a senior guard, 7.7 points per. And Gavin Weir, a senior swingman, averaging just over 2 points per contest. They'll take a timeout here with 10:42 to go here in the first half. A 10-8 White Bear Lake lead. Back and forth we go. And tell you what, some matchup problems I think you can say on both ends. Of course, the height is going to favor White Bear Lake, but on the other end, they're doing a good job defending and forcing Blaine to settle for some shots that I'm sure Bernie Ward is telling them that, guys, we need to get a little more high percentage looks.
Colin Piper has 6 points thus far. Leading scorer in this game for White Bear Lake. On the other side, you're going to be looking at Tula Getma. He's got 3, but spreading it around there for the Bengals. White Bear Lake up 2 going into this timeout.
2 coaches that are still relatively new to their respective schools, but certainly not new to high school basketball here in the Metro. It'll be fun to watch those 2 in the chess match they have with each other. First time they're squaring off against each other.
It's a fascinating thing to see these coaching matchups. I called a game a couple weeks ago where the combined varsity tenure of the head coaches was well over 50 years. And in this game, it's only 5, but it's always interesting to see the longevity and the matchups and rivalries between these coaching staffs.
Mills sent to trigger in underneath the basket with 10:42 to go in the first half. A 2-point White Bear Lake lead at 10-8. Blaine undefeated at 8-0. White Bear Lake is 3-4. With the basketball, Siemens gets it back, left at the top of the key. Throws it to the foul line, backdoor bounce pass. Olsen off the glass and in. Nice move, and we're tied at 10.
It was beautiful passing there by Blaine.
4 points for Olsen in the full court press. Put back on. Anderson within the backcourt. Ahead to McQuay. Still yet to cross the dividing line, and now does. McQuay on the left side goes around a ball screen from Piper. Dribbles to the top of the key, gets another screen. He gives it to Piper, who's fouled on his way to the basket. And he will go to the line to shoot the game's first foul shots. The first foul against Blaine. They'll get Olsen for it. 10:09 to go in the first half.
Blaine making Piper earn every point he gets tonight. White Bear Lake, a home record of 1-2, trying to get back to 500. And their home record and record in general.
First foul shot good. One more coming. That puts White Bear Lake back in front, 11-10. Piper once again, he is headed way south to Florida Tech to continue his basketball career, this time at the collegiate level.
And now watch out here. I see Preston Kreider. He's going back to the scorer's table. He's getting ready to come back in this game after that apparent leg injury.
Second foul shot missed, and the rebound pulled down by Siemens. Pushes ahead to Gumta. Now to Olsen on the left side.
White Bear Lake flying around on defense.
Siemens for Gumta. Gumta back to Siemens near midcourt. Looking for a soft spot in that Bears defense. Siemens to Weir. Weir back to Siemens. Surveys the floor, throws it inside the arc where it's deflected away and stolen by McQuay. To Piper running the floor left side. Off the glass, no good. Got his own miss and puts it up and in. Great start to this game for Piper. He's got 9 points. It is 13-10, White Bear Lake. Right side now for Siemens. To Gumta. Throws it down low. Somebody forgot about Olsen, but they recover, and then his pass is intercepted by Anderson.
Emmett Anderson has been everywhere for White Bear Lake thus far.
Runs the floor and puts it up and in. 15-10, White Bear Lake. 9:10 to go in the first half. And come the Bengals looking to respond. Mills, one dribble, then picks it up. Finds Gumta left side. Between the circles, Weir now back to Mills on the right side.
A lot of double teaming thus far.
Kicks it out to Siemens. Open look at a three. Around the rim, no good. Piper the rebound. Under 9 to go in the first half. A 5-point White Bear Lake lead at 15-10. And looking to expand on it. Driving in left side. Bounce pass to Woods down low. Off the glass and in.
I wonder if Bernard Ward is going to be thinking about a timeout here soon. White Bear Lake on a serious run.
Largest lead for either team, 17-10. To the foul line for Weir. Weir. They work it around to Mills on the right side. Now to Olsen on the baseline. To Mills.
Blaine
Mills
cannot afford to come up empty on this possession.
Mills has it right side. Bounce pass down low. Olsen nicely done. Reverse layup off the glass and in.
It feels like White Bear Lake is leaving a man under the basket just with the intent of not letting the ball get down there. That's a couple times now they've let it slip.
8-minute mark, 17-12. Bears by 5. With the basketball is Piper. Piper left side driving in, defended by Olsen. Contact, no call. Powers it off the glass and in. Back up to a 7-point lead. 7:43 to go in the first half. Across midcourt, Mills to Siemens right side. Back to Mills. Mills will set up the offense. Back to Siemens between the circles. Siemens. Play catch, working around the horn, looking for a soft spot in that White Bear Lake defense. Not much there. Bounce pass inside the arc. Mills will kick it out to Gumta. Gumta launches a corner three and buries it. Big time shot for Tula Gumta. 19-15. 7:10 to go in the first half. On the other end, McQuay. Make that Anderson. They throw it inside the arc for Piper, poked away by Olsen. Ball loose on the floor, and the Bengals come away with it. Weir the steal. Long lead pass ahead to Mills. Mills running the floor on the opposite end, stripped to the basketball.
My goodness.
Here comes Piper.
Watch out below.
Unimpeded to the basket, flushes it home. The two-handed power jam. That gets the crowd to its feet. 21-15, 6:38 to go, first half.
I cannot believe that Ward hasn't called a timeout yet.
Between the circles, Gumta. Gumta looking to silence the crowd. Kicks off to Siemens. Siemens between the circles. Siemens will throw it down low for Olsen. Olsen kicks it back up top for Gimta. Stripped to the basketball, loose on the floor, bodies diving for it, picked
guess
up.
where it's going?
It's ahead to Piper. Piper through contact, finishes off the glass.
Still no timeout from Blaine.
The steal for Ehlers, he was able to push it ahead. Piper's got 13. 6-minute mark, 23-15. 8-point lead for the home team. Siemens with it. NBA range three, no good, and out of bounds.
And now we got 3 substitutions coming in for Blaine.
And a couple for White Bear Lake. Cardenas and Kreider, good to see. Kreider suffered that injury early in the contest. Clark is back in the floor.
And Anderson takes a seat to catch his breath. He's been putting in some serious work on defense.
We'll continue to set the lineup for Blaine as we move forward.
Now, importantly, Piper's off the floor now for White Bear Lake. Not sure how long.
Inbound will go to Kreider. Full court press is put back on by the Bengals.
We'll see how both of these teams handle these minutes where a lot of the key players are off the floor.
Cardenas will launch it ahead. McQuay driving, puts up a runner, no good. Rebound is kept alive and eventually into the hands of Aite. And Aite will clear.
Some of these Blaine's fans are furious. Thought they saw a couple of fouls on that last offensive possession for the Bears.
Aite left side driving in, puts up a runner, athletic move. He banks it home. And a timeout.
We have a stoppage. I'm not sure I saw a timeout. Looks like an official's timeout.
Delay a game warning. Swatted the ball away after it came through the cylinder. So, set to resume play with 5:18 to go in the half, and White Bear leading by 6.
Things are kind of getting heated in here, especially on this Blaine side.
Two teams that don't see each other a whole lot, but there's a lot of talent on both ends.
These teams are separated by a 40-minute, 19-mile drive, and I mean, if we're being honest, 40 minutes is generous on a day like today.
Yeah. Allow for extra time if you're making that hole. And a lot of Blaine fans did. And the inbound will go to midcourt. McQuay with it. McQuay behind his back, driving on the other end, off the glass and in.
Oh my goodness.
How about it, Will McQuay? Right side. Aite's got it now. For Clark, the energy is picked up significantly. Driving in Mills. Kicks it out. Cross-court skip pass coming the other way. Aiden Lavick, a newcomer to the game, a freshman guard. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Blaine. 16 in the shot clock.
The Bengals gotta silence this crowd.
Crowd is certainly becoming a factor, and here comes Piper, head of the scores table and back in the game.
In real time, not even game time, real time, he was maybe only sitting down for about 3 minutes.
He is going to log a lot of minutes any given night. He will spell Ehlers. 25-17, 8-point lead for White Bear Lake. Inbound to Aite, driving in, spinning, puts up a runner high off the window and in. Shiloh Aite, senior guard and the leading scorer for this Bengals team. Inbound will go to Piper. Piper for Cardenas. 4.5-minute mark here in half number 1, 25-19, a 6-point Bears lead. Driving on the other end, bounce pass to Piper, kick it out McQuay for 3, around the rim, no good. Rebound offensive, put back good for Piper.
He's got 15 already.
15 of their 27.
There's 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Clark with it for Aite, driving down the right side and passes it off for Mills. They'll kick it back out for Clark. To Lavick, he brings it out on the right side. Up top to Clark. Backdoor bounce pass down low, and Olsen fouled on his way up, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, at this point, the only live stats we have access to in here are the fouls and the points, but I got to imagine that Piper has an absolute ton of rebounds on both ends of the floor at this point, too.
Cardenas picks up his second foul, the team's third. Olsen 3 of 6 at the foul line this year. And the first one's on the way. He makes it, one more coming. A sub into the game, Gimta will check back in. He will spell Mills.
4 points tonight so far for Olsen.
I know 15 points for Piper, but Olsen, he's made some plays defensively. He's got a tough assignment going up against one of the top post players in the Metro. One more coming for Olsen. To get some housekeeping taken care of on the Blaine sideline.
And more importantly for Blaine, their star player, number 1, their senior guard, Shiloh Ayite, he's been limited to 4 points thus far.
And done a good job taking away a lot of his first options.
And we got gathering going on here. White Bear Lake and Aaron Turner calling all of his players over to the bench to get some water. And I'm not sure
we're
what this
good to go, I
delay's
think. Been a strange start to the game, but a fun game nonetheless. 3:58 to go in the first half. One more foul shot for Olsen. It's on the way, and it's in. Makes them both. And now the Bears looking to push. They've got a 3-on-2. 3 ball the other way. No good for Cardenas, but the putback right there for Piper. He's got 17.
Later than
21.
Later than usual start for this game, but it's been flying by.
Not a whole lot of foul calls. Clark will try a 3 in the other end. That's good. Well, it seems like every time the Bears start to separate a little bit, Blaine has had an answer.
And to that, they're only up by 5. And if you've been in the gym for the last 10 minutes not having a scoreboard, you'd think that White Bear Lake's up by 15 right now. That's not the case.
Still trying to get it across the dividing line. And Blaine thought they had a 10-second call, and they do.
And every single Blaine fan, and there was at least 50 of them that stood up, they were clamoring for that call to be made. They thought it's happened at least a couple times to this point.
Certainly a partisan crowd.
We got a warning coming to the crowd now.
Yeah.
Our officials saying we're not going to have that from the crowd all night.
It's a partisan crowd, but there are a lot of Bengal fans here. They're off to a historic 8-0 start. Looking to keep that rolling tonight on the road in their final test of 2025. Both teams' next contest will be Tuesday after the new year. 3:15 to go in the half. A 5-point White Bear Lake lead, 29-24. And Colin Piper has 17 of their 29. Clark receives the inbounds pass to the foul line, broken up, loose ball on the floor, and picked up by Barrett Swanson, a newcomer, 5'10 junior.
White Bear Lake has been excellent on the floor tonight, getting these steals.
McQuay with it. McQuay driving to the top of the key, cut off by Clark. McQuay to Swanson on the left side, back to McQuay. McQuay surveys the floor, employs the dribble between his legs. Now to the right side, crosses over, moving down the lane, right side, and gets it to go. Gets the friendly hometown roll.
Swerved right by him.
7-point lead for White Bear Lake.
McQuay's got 6 now.
Aite dishes off to Lavick and then gets it back. Aite, stutter step, shot blocked by Piper, rebound Cardenas. And Cardenas works it ahead to Kreider. Across timeline with McQuay. McQuay surveying, looking for a backdoor outlet, finds it with Cardenas. To Swanson now in the corner. 2:12 to go, Swanson pressured and then dishes off to McQuay. Down low, the mismatch, Piper, shot no good, got his own miss, put back no good. Good defense by Aite despite the height advantage for Piper. And the other end, Olsen with it, bounce pass will go to Clark. Inside, 2 minutes to go in a wildly entertaining first half. Lavick with it on the left side. Picks it up, finds Aite in the right. Back to Lavick, the talented freshman for Blaine. Aite, NBA length 3, around the rim, no good. Piper the rebound.
He's got a full head of steam.
He wants to push it, doesn't have the numbers, but still. Now he kicks it out for McQuay. Cardenas left side, back to McQuay. 90 seconds left in this first half.
These Blaine fans are not happy. They think that White Bear Lake's gotten away with some.
Cardenas, top of the key, 3 off the heel of the rim, no good. Kreider, the offensive rebound, the putback is good.
I thought that one hit the shot clock, but I guess our officials didn't think so.
We play on. Into the front court, Lavick.
Just about a minute to play. How close can Blaine get this?
Largest lead for either team. Bounce pass, now they kick it out, Lavick. Looking for some space.
Blaine looks very uncomfortable right now.
Aite driving inside the arc and cut off by McQuay.
10 seconds on the shot clock. They got to figure out something now.
Bounce pass to Lavick near midcourt.
6 seconds.
An NBA length three for Gemta, did not catch iron. Olsen right there, puts it up and in. They make something out of nothing.
A little over 30 to go, and the shot clock is separated by a second. In all reality, White Bear Lake can probably hold it the whole time if they want.
Cardenas on the other end. To the corner for Swanson, poked away from him, out of bounds by Lavick. It'll stay with White Bear Lake.
Really nice poke there by the freshman Lavick.
And subs into the game, it'll be Anderson and Woods. 22.5 seconds left in the half, 22 in the shot clock. 33-26, White Bear Lake by 7. They've led for most of this first half, and by as many as 9. Looking to the corner for Woods. He'll launch a right wing three. Got it! Double-digit lead for White Bear Lake, Jonathan Woods. Shot clock is dark. Gemta, bounce pass for Rolson in the baseline. Fall away, jumper around the rim, no good. Rebound, Gemta keeps it alive, loose on the floor. Anderson diving for it, and they'll launch it down the length of the floor. It'll come up short, and a wildly entertaining first half will come to an end with White Bear Lake leading 36-26.
That is an unbelievable display of effort by White Bear Lake. Coming into this game as heavy underdogs, coming off of a game last night where they got thumped by 43, and now they're up by 10 at the break.
It's a Blaine team that has a season low in scoring of 57. They're held at 26 at the halfway mark. We'll take a break. The highlights, the first half recap coming up after this. White Bear Lake by 10 at the break. This is high school basketball on SCC TV.
Around this room, I see a fighting team of brave antibodies. But the flu is coming in strong, so I won't sugarcoat it. I need each one of you on your A game. The good news is, Anthony, the human body we've been tasked to protect, just got his flu shot, which supplied us with brand new gear to defend against the flu. That's right, we've upgraded our game with this new equipment. They give you a little extra boost. So let's go fight for Anthony, for his mom, his co-workers, that nice lady Patricia that lives down the street with the cute dog. In the face of viral adversity, we make Anthony thrive so he can protect himself and the people he loves most. Are you with me?
Let's work as a team to defend against the flu. Gear up with a flu shot to help protect others and reduce your risk of being sick or hospitalized with the flu. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Buckle up! Nobody is more prepared for an emergency than Dogman.
With all your kung fu skills and your canine fortitude and whatnot.
But for the rest of us, a good plan goes a long way.
Come on, let's go!
So, whether it's an unexpected disaster or the world's most evilest cat bent on destroying all do-gooders,
Destroy all do-gooders!
you can help your family be ready for anything.
No time to waste. Will you get out of here?
Get started today at ready.gov/kids.
I never realized that I'd be taking care of a 2-year-old and a 9-year-old on my own. Sometimes as dads, I think we're too hard on ourselves. We get down on ourselves on not being able to, we're the providers, but we also have to learn to take care of ourselves. Self-love made me a better dad because I realized my worth. My daughter Isabella recently had a graduation into high school, and I got emotional because I saw pride in her eyes. I saw my daughter have her own self-love, and I saw the hard work of of me being that dad 24/7 transferred to my teenage daughter. The word father means a lot to me. When I give my love to my children as a father, I can see it.
There I was, 16, divorced, remarried with a baby, another on the way, and I could barely read or write. Getting my high school diploma was a catalyst I needed. Now I have a bachelor's, a master's, and I became a teacher. When I look at all these success stories, I could not help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
My dad showcased a sense of love that I never had before. It felt like it was something that I've always wanted. I mean, he's not only my parent, like he's like my best friend.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Some of the greats that have come through White Bear Lake. And a great one tonight, looking to knock the Blaine Bengals from the ranks of the unbeaten. A 36-26 lead for the hometown Bears in the final tune-up of 2025 before we flip the calendar to the new year. Tanner Hoops, Carl Warner with you, and a great first half for White Bear Lake. A 10-point lead. They're getting everything they could want more from their big stud Colin Piper, the 6'8 senior college-bound guy, averaging 21 points a game. In all likelihood, he's going to hit that, but he was phenomenal in the first half, of course. Defensively, though, they did a great job making Blaine uncomfortable. Of course, they want to get Aite going in the second half, but just not a whole lot of first options there on the offensive end for the Bengals.
And I tell you what, you mentioned that they looked uncomfortable on offense. Tonight, it's perfect weather inside the gym, a crisp 68, 70 degrees. It looked like Blaine was playing in freezing conditions down there whenever they had the ball on offense. And then Colin Piper absolutely asserting dominance for White Bear Lake with 19 so far. What a difference in 24 hours this could be for the Bears if they pull this off. A 43-point loss on this floor last night, and now they can knock off an unbeaten team.
I tell you what, Blaine, the last time they actually took the floor, had that forfeit win last night, but they were last in action before Christmas a week ago today. That was that 4-point win at Spring Lake Park in which they got a 40-burger from Aite, trying to find a way to rally and keep their undefeated season alive. Both teams are back in action a week from tonight. Blaine is at Rogers, and White Bear Lake will have another doozy right here against Cretin-Durham Hall. Both of those are set for 7 o'clock starts. But White Bear Lake hoping to head into the new year with a record of 4-4, trying to get back to the 500 mark. Blaine trying to finish the 2025 portion at 9-0. And trying to finish Holiday Hoopla strong. Tell you what, not a whole lot of trips to the charity stripe on either end. Not a whole lot of whistles in that first half. But I tell you what, I think both teams like that. They like getting up and down the floor. They like being able to play a little bit and be physical. And we'll see who that favors going forward.
The first half was an absolute sprint. You see the team fouls right there. Only 4 combined. You wonder what we'll see here in the second half. And if this game gets a lot closer, then maybe we'll see a little bit more fouling going on. But an absolute Usain Bolt level sprint of the first half.
By the way, Gavin Olson, the leading scorer for Blaine, he's got 10. Aite, their leading scorer with 23, held to 4. 36-26, White Bear Lake by 10. Second half after this on SCC TV.
Mom, did you really need to buy 2 can openers for our emergency kit?
I can't help it. They're 2 for 1. What's this?
We need to keep our family communication plan safe in case of an emergency.
Thanks, Tita.
Oh, man. Well, good thing we kept all the lights we used for Diwali.
I've got the battery pack.
Keep my phone powered so we don't miss any alerts.
What about game night?
Sounds good.
Oh,
We have to get to Mom and Dad's and get them somewhere safe. I've got the evacuation route loaded on my phone.
I've got an updated list of Dad's meds.
And I've got just what we need to get them to take this seriously.
If that doesn't convince them that we thought this through, I don't know what would.
Start a conversation with your family and plan together for emergencies.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy, it's a commitment, especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax, it always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Danny.
Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carrying the lock zone, you could save a life.
Sit up, team. When I look around this room, I see a fighting team of brave antibodies. But the flu is coming in strong. The good news is, Anthony, the human we're tasked to protect, just got his flu shot, which supplied us with strong new gear to defend against the flu. So let's go fight for Anthony. Are you with me?
Let's work as a team to defend against the flu. Gear up with a flu shot to help protect others and reduce your risk of being sick or hospitalized with the flu. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Second half is underway. It's going to be a fun finish. Don't go anywhere. Glad to have you with us. Final contest in the 2025 portion of our schedule for both of these teams. Tanner Hoops and Carl Warner with you. A 10-point lead for White Bear Lake at the half, and they've got the basketball in the hands of McQuay. McQuay at the foul line, picks it up and looks for help. Backdoor bounce pass makes its way to Piper. Fall away jumper along the baseline, no good. Rebound kept alive, and it's offensive for Anderson. Out to Piper, he'll try a three, that's no good. And the rebound tapped around and settled down by Siemens.
And Tanner, you bet that's where Blaine wants Piper to be taking those shots, as we witnessed that air ball. They do not want Piper anywhere near the basket. They'd prefer he'd be taking those mid-range and three-pointers.
With the basketball, McQuay, he'll work it across the dividing line. McQuay, left-hand dribble, bumped and fouled by Siemens near midcourt.
Ultimately, White Bear Lake still up by 10 as we get things started here in the second half. And if the second half is anything like the first, we're not going to see a lot of stoppages here. The Bengals have to get some momentum, and they got to get it now.
Sub into the game, Woods. He will spell Kreider. That foul, by the way, the first on Siemens, the first this half against Blaine. The Bengals 8-0, their undefeated season on the line. Trying to rally here in the second half at White Bear Lake. Anderson with it, picks up the dribble left side and finds Piper down low. Piper's pass intercepted, 2-on-2, coming the other way. Pushing it, Siemens finds Gimta. Back to Siemens, puts up a runner and gets it to go. Defense leads to offense, back down to single digits. And the full court press put on once again. Long lead pass, deflected away and stolen. It's Siemens coming the other way. Picks it up, turns around and shoots no good. Rebound McQuay. And McQuay, a long lead pass ahead to Woods. Woods driving left side, layup no good. Rebound pulled down by Olsen.
And so far in this second half, Blaine's been able to take away the height advantage.
Three-pointer no good. And Woods hands the rebound.
They've been forcing White Bear Lake to do some longer passes and not get Piper involved.
Up and down the floor we go, and trying to get it across timeline.
Did they get called for it again?
Haven't seen a signal yet.
We just
but they
got
are
it.
going to give it to him.
That's the second time this game that White Bear Lake has been called for not getting the ball across the half-court line in the appropriate time. And by the way, the Blaine fans think that it's been about 5 more additional times than what's been called.
Our official was making sure everybody stays composed, doing a little crowd control before signaling that 10-second violation. It's a ruckus atmosphere tonight. Down low, reverse layup, Olsen, nicely done.
A 4-point run to start this second half for Blaine.
And a team-high 12 points for Gavin Olsen. The 2 big men going to work, leading scorers in their respective teams.
Now White Bear Lake, they're trying to get their mojo back.
McQuay, he'll give it to Cardenas on the right side. Cardenas, defended by Aite, poked away from him, out of bounds, off by Aite. And it'll stay with White Bear Lake, 19 to shoot. All of a sudden, down to a 6-point lead for White Bear Lake after having that lead for most of the first half. And Cardenas throws it into Piper, turns and shoots and banks it in. He's already at his average of 21. Here come the Bengals across midcourt. 2.5 minutes gone by here in half number 2. Aite, right elbow, jump shot, nothing but the bottom of the barrel.
Beautiful job getting open there by Aite.
He's got 6. They want to get him going if they want to rally here in the second half. Piper showing off the dribbles, but his pass intercepted by Gimta and quickly pushed ahead. Setting his feet for a 3, left wing, it's good for Olsen.
And now will Aaron Turner think about taking a timeout here?
15 for Olsen. It's a 1-possession game, 3 minutes into the second half, and a whistle, a timeout taken by Aaron Turner. Well, you knew Blaine was going to have a push. They're just too talented not to. And all of a sudden, 3-point game, 14:54 to go. Buckle up. It's going to be a fun finish.
I'm not sure what was said in the locker room during halftime by head coach Bernard Ward, but whatever it is working. The Blaine Bengals have come out with absolute ferocity to start this second half.
I tell you what, awesome start. Get a look at it. Gimta, that good find to Olsen down low. He's had a really nice game on both ends. I know he's drawing Piper quite a bit, and Piper's going to do his thing, but man, Olsen, he's had a strong start to this one. It's going to be a really fun finish. Glad to have you with us. Blaine trying to remain unbeaten. By the way, junior varsity contest earlier tonight, a 67-60 victory for the Bengals. Trying to make it a JV varsity sweep in the nightcap. A 3-point White Bear Lake lead. They led 36-26 at halftime. Cardenas set to trigger it in once he gets the okay to play, and does. And a long lead pass, McQuay behind the defense. McQuay, right hand shot block. It's going to be goaltending. It'll be goaltending.
And it looks like it went off. Looks like it went off the backboard first. We'll get the official replay here. Watch the ball go off the backboard. Yes, absolutely.
And good effort by Siemens.
Just not sure what happened there at all on Blaine for defense. Just letting him get around every single defender.
The slippery Will McQuay got away from the Bengal defense and does get 2 points out of it. Siemens on the other end finds Clark. Back to Siemens. Now Aite. Siemens with it again near midcourt for Clark. Clark on the right side. Clark will survey and now bounce it to the baseline for Olsen. And his pass was not there, but that's because Aite was bumped and fouled from behind. And they'll get McQuay for that one. That'll be the first against White Bear Lake and McQuay's first personal. 14:28 to go, regulation time. White Bear Lake leading 40-35. They're looking for their second win at this venue this season. Their only home win thus far. They beat Woodbury by 9 back on December 12th.
And at this point for White Bear Lake, anything is better than what happened last night.
A short memory for those guys. Clark with it, right wing 3, got it. 2-point game.
This crowd is getting into it on this Blaine side. The first half, it was very loud over there on the orange side of things. Not so much here in the second half.
9 points for Owen Clark. He averages 3.5. With the basketball, Cardenas into the front court for McQuay.
A 12-4 run to start this second half in favor of Blaine.
Piper just inside the arc left side. Dishes to Anderson, now to Cardenas. Throws it down low for Kreider. Kreider with 13 to shoot. Looking, poked away from him, gets it back. Throws it over to Cardenas, 8 to shoot. Cardenas at the foul line. Hands it off for Piper, 3 in the shot clock. They'll let a 3 go to try to beat it.
Oh, he was fouled.
Right at the shot clock buzzer, McQuay got it away and draws the foul, and 3 free throws coming for Will McQuay.
And Bernard Ward, he is absolutely imploring his players to stay locked in right now.
Siemens will pick up the personal, number 2 on him, the team second. Will McQuay, the junior, averages just under 10 a game, knocks down the first foul shot. 2 more coming. 13:31 to go, regulation time. Two more rather, coming from McQuay. And the second one no good, 1 more. 3-point lead for White Bear Lake. McQuay's third shot. No good, too strong. The rebound offensive though for Piper. For Kreider, poked away but tracked down by McQuay on the left side.
Dangerous pass after the rebound by Piper. White Bear Lake got to be lucky. They held on to it until now.
Knocked away by Ite and then stolen by Gemta. Head to Aite, puts it up and in. It's a 1-point game.
It looked like Cardenas may have had a chance at blocking it, just didn't get all of it.
2-on-1 the other end and the shot waved off. McQuay got the basket, but it's waved off. A foul before the fact.
And these Blaine fans continue to not be very happy about the officiating. So
they've got him.
No charity stripe. We're going to keep it on the floor.
And they waved off the shot. Everybody was lined up at the foul line, but I do realize it is an on-the-floor foul. And right now our officials doing a little crowd control and trying to keep control of this game. It'll be the third foul against Blaine.
5 minutes have gone here in the second half, and at this point, White Bear Lake's just trying to survive.
Gemta, by the way, picked up the personal, number 1 on him. Down low, Kreider leading and shooting, gets it to go.
Absolutely gorgeous use of the glass.
43-40 inside, 13 minutes to go. It's going to be a really fun finish from White Bear. Siemens with the basketball. Cross-court skip pass to Olsen. Up top, Aite. Driving in, bounce pass down low, layup off the glass, no good. Olsen got his own miss and puts it up and in.
And the video scoreboard has gone down on this side. Looks like we had a 1-point game now.
43-42, 12 and a half minutes to go here in regulation.
Luckily, our monitor here is still locked in with the Jumbotron, even though the big screen is down.
Cross timeline, Cardenas. Hands off to McQuay. McQuay will back it out and set up the offense. Throws it to Piper, top of the key. Piper lobs it too far for Kreider, out of bounds, and now Blaine a chance to retake the lead with a bucket this time down.
Way too much spice there on that loft pass from Piper.
12:08 to go. Blaine is trailed for most of this contest. They can retake the lead with a bucket here.
And now at this point, Gavin Olsen has 17 points.
Aite inside the arc, kicks it out. Ball loose on the floor.
Oh.
Clark trying to keep the possession alive and gets called for a travel.
He had a lot of bodies on the ground over there.
And Woods will check back in. He will spell Cardenas for White Bear Lake. 43-42, 11:52 to go.
That was an awkward fall.
Yeah, thankfully everybody appears to be okay.
Yeah, Owen Clark on the receiving end there, but as you can see, every part of him is ready to go right now.
Throws it down low. Kreider reverse layup off the feed from Piper.
A lot better pass there from Piper than the one he threw 30 seconds ago.
8 points for Preston Kreider, the 6'5 junior. To the baseline, Olsen. Bounce pass will go to Clark, and now up top, Aite. Aite. Cross-court skip pass. 3-ball in the way for the tie, and it's good for Gemta.
All knotted up here at White Bear Lake.
45 all, 11:16 to go, regulation time. In the backcourt, McQuay. He'll get it across timeline, hounded by Siemens, who's got those 2 fouls. McQuay fouled. That'll be the 4th against the Bengals. They'll get Siemens.
And now Barrett Swanson getting ready to check into the game.
And Mills is on the floor for Blaine. That's a big foul. Henry Siemens, the talented sophomore, picks up his 3rd. There was some hand fighting between him and McQuay, but Siemens is the guilty party. Swanson will trigger it in and throws to Piper. Piper, baby skyhook around the rim, no good. Aite the rebound, and now a chance for Blaine to retake the lead for the first time since early in the first half. Aite throws it away, and then Swanson draws the foul after picking up the steal.
Swanson getting into the game immediately, drawing that foul.
That'll be the 5th against Blaine, and number 1 under Royce Mills.
We continue to have Jumbotron problems here. Now, instead of saying Blaine, it says Owatonna is the visiting team. But the important part is that the score is still right. Oh, that didn't work.
Long lead pass ahead. McQuay is able to come away with it. Got behind the defense, couldn't handle it cleanly, and eventually stolen by Olsen. Now on the other end, the Bengals trying to keep it in bounds and do. Fall away jumper is banked in to give Blaine the lead back. Heck of a play by Aite. He's in double figures with 10, 47-45, Blaine by 2. 10:23 to go here in regulation. Across midcourt, McQuay. Bounce pass to Kreider, left side. Kreider for Piper, left elbow. Piper spinning, looking for the baseline, poked away and stolen Aite. Shiloh Aite having a much more active second half.
We're getting down to triple digits here, 10 minutes to play.
Aite on the right side, throws it up top, and gets it back from Siemens. Left side now for Gemta to Mills. Mills back out to Gemta. Gemta at the foul line, throws it down low. Olsen behind the defense, off the glass and in. 49-45, Gavin Olsen's got 19. 9:37 to go here in regulation, 4-point Bengal lead.
White Bear Lake, they've only scored 9 points this half.
And a whistle jump ball called. They tied up McQuay as he got across the midcourt stripe.
23-9 is the current second half score in favor of Blaine.
Subs in for the Bears. Zach Turner, 5'10", sophomore, averaging 3.5, is in the game for the first time along with Ehlers. Lavick is back on the floor for the Bengals.
All of that energy that the Bears were playing with at the beginning of this game, it just has completely subsided.
They have done a great job slowing down Colin Piper, who's now on the bench. Left side of the floor. Throw it to Olsen. Skip pass up top, Lavick. Out of the left side, Olsen, he'll launch a 3. High arcing ball is good. He's got 22. 7-point Bengal lead, their largest. And now White Bear Lake desperate for answers as we hit the 9-minute mark. Into the front court, Turner draws a double team and passes out of it to Ehlers. And a whistle, a timeout taken by Aaron Turner.
And everybody on this Blaine side just went to their feet. The bench, the fans, it is electrified, this Bengal bench.
They had 26 points in the first half. They've got 26 thus far in half number 2. Great ball movement. Everybody seems to be touching the floor every time, or touching the ball every time they go down the floor. But how about that guy, Gavin Olsen, stepping out and making plays? A mismatch for a lot of guys, and he's got 22 to help his team grab their largest lead. A 52-45 Blaine advantage.
And I tell you what's really impressed me is that Bernard Ward, he hasn't really been micromanaging these players. They still got 5 timeouts left there on the Blaine side. Bernard Ward has really just been letting these Bengals figure this out on the floor, and they've cracked the code here at White Bear Lake.
And now White Bear is looking for answers on their end, trying to find a way to get back in this one. 52-45 Blaine lead. They're looking to end the 2025 portion of their schedule at 9-0. White Bear Lake, you wonder if fatigue may settle in before too long. They had that tough loss last night on this floor against Ocio. Blaine, of course, got a forfeit victory, a little more fresh legs. But how does that impact this second half? 8:54 to go in regulation. 7-point Bengal lead, 52 to 45.
It has been a true tale of two halves here on the Galvin court tonight.
White Bear Lake led 36-26 at the break.
The question at this point, as we see really a substitution-heavy lineup here for White Bear Lake, is do they have one more jolt of energy left?
Woods with it left side, driving in, runner left short, rebound, and a foul called out of it. Olsen comes away with it.
Everything is coming up blue here in the second half.
And the officials doing a little more control, trying to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand from anybody.
And I don't think it would possibly get to this level, but we've already seen it a couple times this year, most notably with Hopkins and Tartan, where the crowd can really impact the game and just completely throw it off the rails.
Swanson picks up the personal, number 1 on him, the team's second. 4 new Bears are in the ball game, including Piper. They got a huge first half from him, and they're going to need a big second half from him as well.
They are going to need a massive stretch run.
Ayite throws it off the glass and in. Runner in the lane, 9-point Bengal lead.
Meanwhile, Ayite has 12 now. He had 4 at the break. 8 points here in the second half.
He is finding his groove. In the front court with McQuay. McQuay defended by Mills near midcourt, poked away and out of bounds off of McQuay.
And Olsen's got 22. He's got more than Piper now. He just became the game's leading scorer.
8:17 to go, regulation time. The lead is 9 for the Blaine Bengals. Across midcourt, Ayite to the baseline for Olsen. Pull-up jumper, no good, but the rebound is offensive. Back to Ayite, puts up a runner and gets it to drop. And the first double-digit lead tonight for the Bengals. 8-minute mark here in regulation. Cardenas within the backcourt.
We are in the final quarter of this game, and it looks like White Bear Lake might be all out of juice.
And a foul called, going for the steal. Gemta picks up the personal, trying to pick McQuay's pocket.
We've got 8 fouls across both teams in this half of basketball. We only had 4 total in the first half.
Number 1 on Gemta, the team's 6th, the last to give for Blaine. 7:47 to play. White Bear Lake needs an answer in a hurry. Piper receives the inbounds pass and throws it back to Cardenas, puts up a jumper, gets it to go. Big time shot for Cardenas.
And that is the most recent bucket for White Bear Lake since the previous winter solstice. It's been a long time since White Bear Lake has scored.
First points tonight for Nick Cardenas. The 6'2 senior averages 11.5 per game. To the foul line for Gemta. Kicks it out and now driving in Mills. Back to Gemta, who gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 7:17 to go, 56-47, Blaine by 9. And of course, still plenty of time. It's only a 9-point lead. If you're Blaine, a lot can happen, still plenty of time. First foul shot is good. Foul, by the way, was on McQuay, number 2 on him, the team's 3rd. And with that free throw, Gemta now in double digits with 10. One more coming. And he makes it. 58-47, lead back up to 11. Cardenas in the corner. Cardenas surveying. Looking for help, guarded by Ayite. Cardenas crosses over and drives in. Lost the basketball, taken away by Mills.
Oh, he looked the wrong way for it. Doesn't matter though. That's going to be goaltending.
The basket will count for Gemta. Piper tried to run him down. The shot went in anyway, but the whistle had sounded. It's a goaltend. And it's the largest Bengal lead at 60-47. 6:58 to go here in regulation. Cardenas in the backcourt. Cardenas works it ahead. Bounce pass down low. Anderson runs the floor but can't get it to go. Rebound for Olsen. And here comes the Bengals looking to stretch the lead a little bit more. Mills near midcourt. To the right side. Throws it down low and now back out. Poked away, loose ball, and then picked back up by Aite. 6.5 minutes to go. Aite, pull-up jumper, right foul line extended, no good. Rebound Cardenas. And Cardenas will look to settle things down.
Bengals have done a sensational job here in the second half of getting up close and personal with White Bear Lake.
Throws it down low to Kreider, who gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Preston Kreider, we saw him suffer an injury early in the game. Good to see back in the floor and playing well. He's got 8 points. At the line, shooting two. The foul's against Gemta, his second, the team 7th. 6:06 to play. First foul shot from Kreider, no good. One more coming.
And that free throw has essentially summed up this second half for White Bear Lake. They've just now gotten to 11 total points here in the second half.
Second shot on the way, makes it, splits the pair. 60-48. Blaine a 12-point lead and the ball as we hit the 6-minute mark. Left side it goes for Gemta. Gemta down the lane, shovels underneath and now back out. Aite long three, no good. Rebound is pulled down by White Bear Lake Sanderson.
Time is running out for White Bear Lake. Do they have one more jolt of energy left in them?
They can get it down to single digits with a 3 on this possession. Ball away jumper, McQuay left short but tracks down his own rebound. McQuay to Kreider on the right side. Kreider kicks it out, 3 on the way, Cardenas no good. Rebound kept alive, loose on the floor.
Whoa.
Cardenas dives for it and the foul's called.
An absolute car crash, and now it looks like Cardenas may have been kneed in the head there at the end. And honestly, it looks like Aaron Turner is accusing.
Cardenas got the foul.
Looks like Turner's accusing Lavick of maybe not really avoiding him.
That'll be the third, and Cardenas, the team's 4th, and he will sit. 5:20 to go here in regulation. Time is starting to become a factor, but still an opportunity for White Bear Lake.
Here's a look at this car crash of a rebound, and watch Lavick here at the end. Oh no, didn't look like anything was malicious there. Speaking of Lavick, he's got the ball.
Dishes over to Gemta. Gemta moving inside the arc to Lavick left side.
Final 5 minutes. Where has this game gone?
Aite back to Lavick. Lavick to the right side. Now to the baseline and into the corner. It's Olsen back up to Lavick. Working it around the horn. 5 to shoot. 3 for Mills. No good. Rebound for Piper. And the Bears got to get a run going and string some possessions together that end with made baskets. McQuay.
Those have been at a premium for White Bear Lake. This 3 would help.
McQuay knocks it down. Single-digit game with 4:30 to go. Will McQuay is in a nice game tonight. He's in double figures with 12. 4:20 left to go.
You got 3 players on the floor.
And one opportunity for Shiloh Aite. He finishes through contact.
You got 3 players on the floor for Blaine who are all in double figures. And Aite adding to his stack tonight, that's 16.
And a chance at the foul line as Siemens and Clark will check back in. Third foul on McQuay, the team's 5th. Right when White Bear Lake got a big triple to get it down to single digits. Shiloh Aite responds. Quiet first half, but he has been big here in the second. And one free throw, no good. Piper had the rebound, then poked away out of bounds. It'll stay with White Bear Lake.
This game separated by 11 points. White Bear Lake needs to get it going.
4:16 to go.
They got to get it up the court.
Anderson to Woods, who does get it across the dividing line. Woods left side. Woods, a bounce pass now to the left elbow for Kreider. Kreider trying to back down his defender, Gimta.
Staying in bounds, walking the tightrope.
Up top, 3 on the way for Anderson, no good. Rebound for Olsen, 2-on-1 the other end.
Watch out here.
Aite through traffic, doesn't get it to go. Rebound offensive for Siemens, and then he's fouled by Woods. And that was White Bear Lake's last foul to give, the first personal on Jonathan Woods.
Tell you what, Anderson did as good of a job as he possibly could with that 2-on-1 coming right at him.
3:46 to go in this one, 62-51, Blaine an 11-point lead.
And now finally, Blaine takes a timeout. I didn't know they could do that.
It'll be their first. Both teams are back in action a week from tonight. Blaine will head to Rogers for a 7 o'clock tip. And mighty Cretin-Durham Hall comes here for a 7 o'clock game.
Woof, to say the very least. Cretin-Durham Hall is going to be quite the challenge for White Bear Lake.
This was a 10-point White Bear Lake lead at halftime, 36-26. They had 19 from Colin Piper.
We got White Bear Lake's upcoming schedule here. Obviously the Cretin-Durham Hall game against one of the commits to the University of Minnesota. Then they'll be on the road at Stillwater. And then you see the rest there progressing through the month of January and into February.
Not a whole lot of soft spots in that schedule.
No.
That is a grind coming up for White Bear Lake.
Rochester, Mayo, Eastridge, Mounds View, oh my goodness.
But that's why you play these games. You want to be playing your best basketball by the time February and March rolls around. That's why you schedule a game like this against a Bengal team off to a historic start, trying to move to 9-0 in the 25-26 season.
Talking about the Gophers a little bit, I'm sure these Bengals, realizing they're off to an 8-0 start, looking like they're going to go to 9-0 tonight. They would love to make a trip to the Target Center this year and maybe even play some games at the end at Williams.
62-51, 11-point lead for Blaine. They've got the basketball, 3:46 to go. Aite on the left side.
This possession could be the dagger.
Layup is no good, but a foul called with 3:39 to go. And a chance at a 3-point play. I beg your pardon, I said that was no good. He did get it to drop. That's on me. So he gets that one and a chance at a 3-point play. Piper picks up the personal, number 1 on him.
And both teams in the bonus, and that'll send Aite to the line.
Team fouls even at 7. And Aite cannot convert the 3-point play. Rebound for Kreider and White Bear Lake in hurry-up mode. Quick 3 on the other end, no good from Cardenas. And the rebound for Olsen. 3.5-minute mark, 13-point lead for the Bengals, and a foul called on the other end. And a 1-and-1 coming for Gimta.
And I thought that Gimta slipped there. I mean, maybe there was some contact on the replay, but I heard his sneaker from 100 yards away.
That'll be the 4th against McQuay, the team's 8th.
Well, 100 yards is a little generous.
Yeah.
This is a very close quarters gym. Gorgeous facility here at White Bear Lake High School. One of the best views a play-by-play broadcaster, color analyst can have.
Gimta at the line, shooting 1-and-1, 3:27 to go here in regulation. One dribble, dips the knees, lets it go, no good. Rebound for Piper. They got to go in a hurry. Bounce pass ahead, McQuay. Right wing 3, no good. Did not catch iron, out of bounds off of White Bear Lake.
And at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that Blaine can text their bus driver to start warming things up.
How about the job they've done defensively on Piper in the second half? 19 to the break. He's got 2 since then.
And we saw it right out of halftime. They were forcing him to take those mid-range shots, the 3-ball, absolutely limiting him. He's still done some damage on the rebound, but nothing like that first half.
Left side it goes for Gimta as we hit the 3-minute mark here in regulation. 64-51, Blaine enjoying their largest lead of the night. Trailed by 10 at halftime. Siemens in the paint, turnaround
my
jumper. He
goodness.
gets it off the heel of the rim. 66-51. Into the front court, McQuay. Bounce pass for Piper and does not get it to roll off the rim. And the rebound pulled in by Olsen, who's fouled. And Olsen will go to the line for a 1-and-1. 9th team foul against White Bear Lake.
And the coaching still going on here despite this comfortable 15-point lead. Bernard Ward absolutely not letting his team give up the intensity here.
He has done a great job now in his second year with his Bengal program. 2 minutes and 38 seconds away from a 9-0 start to the season.
And for Bernard Ward, looks like he's coming up on his 23rd victory as head coach of the Bengals.
Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Piper the rebound. Foul, by the way, was the first on Kreider. Woods with it.
23-12, not a bad way to start your tenure.
Cross-court skip pass, it'll go to Cardenas. Cardenas lobs it for Piper, poked away by Gemta. And Siemens has it taken away from him by Cardenas.
Just got caught lacking.
McQuay driving the baseline, he's bumped and fouled, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. Now Blaine 16-12 last season in year one with this coaching staff. They made the Class 4A Section 7 semifinals.
Taking a loss to Centennial, a 3-point loss on March 8th up at Anoka High School.
Crosstown rivalry in the postseason.
After they took a home quarterfinal victory in Section 7 against Duluth East.
Front end of a 1-and-1, good. One more coming from McQuay.
On the other side of things for White Bear Lake, they lost their road quarterfinal at East Ridge, 57-91, Section 4.
White Bear Lake 14-12 a season ago. Second foul shot good. McQuay makes them both. He's got 13, and that will get him within 13.
Well, the sun has been set here in Minnesota for the last 4 hours, and it appears that the sun is set on this game tonight for White Bear Lake.
Lavick back in with 2:13 to go. 13-point Bengal edge. And within the backcourt is Clark, trying to get it across timeline and does. Clark will dish to Aite with 3 white uniforms around him. Somehow finds space through traffic and finds Olsen, who finishes up at the rack and gets fouled. Gavin Olsen absolutely in fuego to the tune at 24 points.
A gorgeous play. I have no idea how Aite was able to get out. Look at, there's 3 white jerseys there. He steps out of it without traveling and dishes the dime.
He knew somebody had to be open, and Olsen was.
I mean, yeah, when you got 3 jerseys on you, there's got to be a couple of your own jerseys that are open.
That foul will be the 5th on McQuay.
Under 2 minutes now. Double bonus for Blaine.
Sub into the game, Keller Redabaugh, 6'1" sophomore, averaging 2 points per.
Oh, Olsen, this could be his 25th point.
Around the rim and in. Big night for Olsen. Inside 2 to go, 69-53, 16-point lead for the Blaine Bengals. Left side it goes. Piper's got it down low, poked away from behind. Aite across timeline.
No foul call there.
Aite throws it off the glass and in, finishing through contact. He's got
now,
20.
Aite a little slow to get up as he was maybe fouled about 3 times on that drive.
Cardenas' jumper is good on the other end.
And Aite looks like he's fine now. Under 90 seconds to play. And Aite just got up to 20, if you're wondering.
Lavick with it. And a whistle, he is bumped and fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2, double bonus time with 1:17 to go. And they'll get Redabaugh for it, or check that, Piper rather. That'll be his second.
A frustrating half for Piper and these Bears.
Aiden Lavick's first foul shot, good. Talented freshman, a guy they've got very high hopes for. Ryder is back in the game. He will spell Piper, who departs with 21 points, only 2 after halftime.
And all of his teammates get to their feet to dap him up on the way out. I imagine that's going to be the last of him tonight.
Second foul shot good. Lavick makes them both. 73-55. Anderson with it. Finds Cardenas driving the baseline. Step back jumper is good. And Cardenas has 6 points. Final minute of regulation. Aite. Bounce pass to Clark. Ahead to Lavick. Down to the baseline. Olsen with 55 to go. Finds Aite down low. Aite will back it out and set up the offense, guarded by Woods.
A 47-point second half so far for Blaine.
Deflected ball out of bounds, and it's turned over to White Bear Lake with 41.6 left to go. Blaine is 2 points away from matching their season high in scoring after they had 26 points at halftime.
47-21 is the second half score. Oh no!
Thrown away and Genta throws it down. The one-handed flush for Tula Genta. He's got 15.
And now check this out.
Here's Cardenas. Jumper no good.
And check this out, Tanner. I told you at the beginning of the game that Blaine holds their opponents to 56 points a game. You look at that scoreboard, and it didn't look good after the first half, but they held up their end of the bargain.
Foul called. Aite will go to the line to shoot 2. Blaine has matched their season high in scoring. They've gotten to 75 twice, back on December 4th against Forest Lake. And most recently, December 18th at Anoka. A chance at a new season high in scoring with 16 seconds left. And Shiloh Aite, a big second half for him. He had 4 points at the break. He's got 20 now. And make it 21. One more coming.
He's 17 to this point. Second half for Aite.
No Bengals on the block. Second foul shot, no good. Rebound for Anderson. Shot clock turned off.
It looks like they're not going to dribble it out. They're looking for some more points.
Cardenas on the baseline, puts it up and in through contact, and he will go to the line to shoot 1.
And Owen Clark kind of beside himself, smiling there, and this will probably wrap things up here.
Second on Clark, the team's 9th. Cardenas with 8 points, all in the second half. At the line, shooting 1. And it's no good. Rebound offensive. The putback for Woods is good. They don't even have to inbound it. And Olsen will not. The Blaine Bengals are 9-0 to start the season. They rally from a 10-point halftime deficit, and they take it 76-61. A 15-point victory for the Blaine Bengals. They remain undefeated. Didn't look good early, and credit White Bear Lake. Maybe some tired legs there in the second half, but got to give a lot of credit to Bernie Ward and his coaching staff. The job they did after halftime, they didn't get a whole lot going their way in that first 18-minute stanza, and they really found a way to turn the tide and play the kind of basketball they're accustomed to.
An absolutely sensational second half of basketball for the Blaine Bengals.
I tell you what, we'll take a look back at some of the key moments from this one. A lot of storylines you can pick out of this. It was old Colin Piper in the first half. 19 of his 21 came before the break, but tell you what, Blaine's got some key players too. Owen Clark scored well above his average, and Gavin Olsen really got it done. He was the high scorer on both ends with 25, and I tell you what, he was getting her done for Blaine tonight.
Olsen absolutely coming alive with the rest of his teammates in that second half, finishing with 25 points on the night.
Tula Genta, of course, had a huge second half, and so did that guy, Shiloh Aite, finishes with 21. He had 4 at halftime. Blaine was able to find a way to rally after the break, and they keep their undefeated season alive through the new year.
9-0 to start the year. If you want to consider it 8-0 with the asterisk there of the forfeit victory from last night, but nonetheless, this Blaine team, especially the one we saw in the second half tonight, is a force to be reckoned with.
So Blaine remains unbeaten. White Bear Lake, meanwhile, dips to 3-5. Both teams are back in action a week from tonight. Blaine is at Rogers, and Cretin-Durham Hall will be here taking on these Bears. Both of those games will tip off at 7 o'clock. Fun non-conference basketball. Again, two teams that don't see each other a whole lot. Last time they met 2 years ago was a barn burner. Not quite that this time around, but still pretty fun to see overall. And tell you what, 76-61, a new season high in scoring for Blaine, and they pick up that 15-point victory. Give them a ton of credit. Thought White Bear Lake did a lot of good things. They just went up against a team that's got it firing on all cylinders right now.
Most certainly, and what a way to end the year. We've seen some great games here in the year 2025, and this is right up there for one of the most entertaining ones I've seen this year.
So I tell you, we'll take a look at what else we've got coming up here on SCC TV, and we're going to get it going once again after the new year ourselves. Boys hockey from Matamidi. Northfield will make the trip up north, and then girls basketball a couple days after that. We'll be right back here as White Bear Lake takes on Stillwater, and then the boys will see them against Roseville area coming up on January the 14th. Be on the lookout for those games coming up on SCC TV. And a fun one tonight, 76-61 the final, as the Blaine Bengals move to 9-0. They take down White Bear Lake in non-conference action. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make it possible for us to do what we do. We thank our entire production staff, everybody at SCC TV, and of course we thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. For Carl Warner, my name's Tanner Hoops. Your final once again, Blaine 76, White Bear Lake 61. This has been High School Holiday Hoops on SCC TV.